A Japanese scientist says he will have resurrected a woolly mammoth within the next 4 years.
Let's talk about that. Good morning, Chia Lincoln. It's January 14th, 2011.
You got a radio voice too?
Well, I was just going to give it a shot. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
It was okay. It was 7 out of 20.
I think I'm NPR material. Do you smell that, people? It is almost the weekend. We wish you the best. We wish to usher you into this weekend with another episode of Good Morning Chia Lincoln.
I like the enthusiasm, Link.
I'm working it up. I'm working it up.
Now we're going to talk about this woolly mammoth, but let's just be scientific today. I'm excited about scientific news, and yesterday NASA said that they have discovered. NASA is not a person. NASA is it's an organization. It's an association.
And we went,
National Air and Space.
There was a guy in our grade school. His name was NASA. You forgot about him.
Oh, well, this is not the guy we went to school with. This is the actual National Air and Space Association, Administration. They're either one. NASA.
Awesome.
Space people. They have discovered, scientists say, a black hole that is 50 million light years away, which in universal terms is like right in our backyard, believe it or not. That is 6.6 billion times the size of our sun.
Whoa. First question. How do you discover anything that is the absence of anything? Think about that.
I think you put the Hubble telescope out, still use that, and they're like, guys, there's nothing there. And they're like, there's really, really nothing there. Like there's so much nothing there that we can begin to call that nothing a thing.
Yeah.
It's a black hole.
We better get NASA on the phone. No.
I think NASA.
I mean the guy from grade school.
So this is a huge black hole. I mean, now I told my son this, who's 6.
Yeah.
And he said, Dad, we're all going to die?
Yeah, that's exactly what
I said, well, yeah, son, we're all going to die. Yeah,
we'll get
that's a
sucked
given.
into it.
But it's not going to be because of this black hole. It's going to be because of like a truck or a heart attack or the way people normally die.
Is it near us? Is it far from us?
50 million light years is a long distance that you and I and Link, and not even NASA, the guy we went to school with, can comprehend. But that's really close in universal terms because the universe is so vast. But I want to get just for a scale, like a reference point here.
Mm-hmm.
6.6 billion times the size of our sun. Now, Link, I want you to guess. How many Earths do you think can fit in the sun, volume-wise? How many Earths, that's the planet we're on, can fit inside the sun? That's this big star that we all look at.
Well, I'm going to defer to the audience. You leave your comment below, and I'm going to read it, and I'm going to give my answer.
That's impossible.
That number seems too low. That number seems too high. I'm going with
This isn't believable, Link.
Kelly 007's comment where she says there are 13,000 Earths in the sun.
You, my friend, were almost right, but you were off by a scale of 1,000. You can fit approximately 1.3 million suns within the volume of the Earth.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
No wonder the heat gets to us.
It's
all making sense.
It's almost incomprehensible. But see, like when you make your little solar system, when you make your little solar system model in 3rd grade, you're like, the sun is a grapefruit. The Earth is a rock from my backyard. Look at that, dude. But that's not how it works. That's kind of sound like Pee-wee Herman for a second. But listen.
Well, that's if NASA, the guy, is teaching your science class.
Yeah, NASA did not teach us the correct thing back when he taught his entire class, which is this NASA thing is getting out of hand, Link. We're going to confuse a lot of people.
Now he's the teacher. He's not a student.
1.3, actually it's 1.295 million suns can fit Earths can fit within the sun, and then 6.6 billion suns can fit inside this big ball of nothing that's a black hole that's going to kill us all.
Very soon.
Science is amazing, children.
You learned something today, people. What about the woolly mammoth?
Yeah, let's talk about what we really want to talk about, and that is there is a Japanese scientist who says that he is going to resurrect a woolly mammoth within the next 4 years. Here's how he's going to do it. He has already created a baby mouse out of the dead tissue, frozen tissue of a mouse that's been dead for 16 years. And he says the technology is here. He has overcome all the technical problems. And as soon as he finds the correct kind of soft tissue sample out there of a woolly mammoth, which has been gone for about 5,000 years.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
He's going to take this thing, he's going to create a little baby mammoth, he's going to put it in an elephant surrogate mother, which is actually how I was born, in an elephant surrogate mother. Little known fact. But he's going to do the same thing. He's going to put this baby mammoth in there, and then we're going to have a mammoth. And then we're going to have mammoths everywhere. People have pet mammoths in Hollywood. You'll get your housekeeper to walk your pet mammoth around.
So this is based on the premise that anything you can do to a mouse, you can do to a woolly mammoth?
Yeah, well, it's just common sense.
Okay, so it all starts there. So draw your own conclusions.
But just think about how the world's going to change, Link.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I think, you could, instead of like having a houseboat, you could have a woolly mammoth house boat. Do they float? Do they swim?
They could, yeah. You could ride them on their back, but it's not like a boat.
I wonder if you could like cut into their hair in such a way that you could have like a woolly hair igloo where like your woolly mammoth became, you like lived in the woolly mammoth as if you were like a termite.
I can think of a lot more logical uses of this thing. I mean, like, what could we make? Mammoth wigs. Like, there'd be a whole shop of mammoth wigs. Things made from mammoth hair. Like, look, I got my new mammoth sweater for Christmas. Everybody's got one. If you're a freshman in high school right now, when you graduate from high school in 4 years, your parents could get you a mammoth as a graduation present.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about, people.
Take it to college.
Think about it. Pet mammoth, your own pet mammoth. It's going to happen. A Japanese scientist said it's going to happen.
Did you hear about that guy who rides his pet mammoth to class every day? I think his name is like NASA or something. See, I'm really milking that one. Somebody named their kid NASA and put him on a woolly mammoth. Good gracious. We're learning stuff. This is amazing.
It was Science Fridays today.
I want to give a quick shout out to all of you loyal viewers. We really enjoy reading the comments where you've said, this is the greatest thing you've done ever. And, which is kind of
hurts us a little bit.
We appreciate the sentiment, and it makes us want to keep doing the Good Morning Chia Lincolns.
But we get messages and people say, I'm in so-and-so country and it's not morning for me, it's afternoon, or I watch it the next day, or I watch it when I get home from school. Wherever you're at in the world, Good Morning Chia Lincoln. It's always morning somewhere. It's always morning here in Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina.
You are a true mythical beast when you're a loyal viewer of this show. Thank you. All right, let's check in with the man, the myth, the legend, the dude with the sprouts coming out of his head, who was also the man who freed the slaves.
Yes. Thank you to all of you over at facebook.com/Rhett and Link and below in the comments yesterday who told us that yes, chia is edible. It's just like the sprouts that women like to put on their salads and on their sandwiches.
Okay, we're not going to eat it yet.
And so we will be consuming this at some point. That'll be an episode. But he is not ready. He is not edible yet, not ready to be fully consumed. But, I mean, look at this. I mean, he's got, this one right here is an inch long. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to pull it too hard now. Really sprouting.
You shouldn't have pulled it at all. I think you killed it.
I'm sorry.
All right, people. Once again, thank you. You're special.
See you on Monday. The 17th? I don't know. See you on Monday.
Do the math.